My mother, she cracks me up. Hey, I just gave her 3 different ways on how to sell her property that's been for sale forever. And I got them out of this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. If you have a piece of property for sale or even a house for sale, this book right here, it's got 3 different ways that I found so far. I think there's only 3, and I found one in chapter 6 and 2 different ones on top of that in chapter 11. And you know, I gave them to my mother and I had her write them all down. She's now typing them up and she's going to review those, and I'm going to have her do the number 1 for maybe a couple weeks, then the number 2 for a while, the number 3 for a while, back and forth, whatever. And I want her to channel her mind properly and focus on this property selling. She has never tried anything like this before. And I said, hey, what's it going to hurt? Just try it, but you have to feel that it's going to happen. You have to imagine that it's already happening. And so, you know, all I can do is the best I can. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I'm giving her the techniques to try, and I'm going to remind her and stuff and all that. And we'll see what happens. But hey, for today, we're not talking about selling a piece of property. I'm in chapter 11 here, and I'm going to talk and read a few pages here on the 3 steps to success. The vital first step to success is to find out the thing you love to do, then do it. Unless you love your work, you cannot possibly consider yourself successful at it, even if all the rest of the world hails you as a great success. Amen, brother. You've got to do something that you love to do. It's so difficult for people to understand that. You get into a job that you really don't like, but you got ends to meet. You don't feel like you have any other choice, and you never dreamt that would be possible to make a living doing something that you love to do. This book says you can do it. Let me read that first part again. The vital first step to success is to find out the thing you love to do, then do it. Unless you love your work, you cannot possibly consider yourself successful at it, even if all the rest of the world hails you as a great success. Loving your work, you have a deep desire to carry it out. If someone is drawn to become a psychiatrist, it is not enough for her to get a diploma and hang it on the wall. She will want to keep up with the field, attend conventions, and continue studying the mind and its workings. She will visit other clinics and pore over the latest scientific journals. In other words, she will work to keep herself informed in the most advanced methods of alleviating human suffering because she puts the interests of her patients first. But what if, as you read these words, you find yourself thinking, I can't take the first step because I don't know what it is I want to do? How on earth do I find a field of effort that I will love? If that is your situation, pray for guidance in this way. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me my true place in life. Repeat this prayer quietly, positively, and lovingly to your deeper mind. As you persist with faith and confidence, the answer will come to you as a feeling, a hunch, or a tendency in a certain direction. It will come to you clearly and in peace, and as an inner silent awareness. Wow. The second step to success is to specialize in some particular branch of work and strive to excel in it. Suppose a student chooses chemistry as a profession. He should concentrate on one of the many branches in this field and give all his time and attention to his chosen specialty. His enthusiasm should make him want to know all there is available about his field. If possible, he should know more than anyone else. The young man should become ardently interested in his work and should desire to use it to serve the world. You get that? You want something where you can serve the world, serve humankind. He that is greatest among you, let him become your servant. There is an enormous contrast between this attitude of mind and that of someone who wants only to make a living or just get by. Getting by is not true success. People's motives must be greater, nobler, and more altruistic. They must serve others, thereby casting their bread upon the waters. The third step is the most important one. You must be sure that the thing you want to do does not contribute only to your own success. Your desire must not be selfish. It must benefit humanity. The path of a complete circuit must be formed. So whatever it is you want to do, it has to be something that will benefit humanity as well. The path of a complete circuit must be formed. In other words, your idea must go forth with the purpose of blessing or serving the world. It will then come back to you magnified and full of blessings. If you work only for your own benefit, you do not complete this essential circuit. You may appear to be successful, but the short circuit you have generated in your life may lead over time to limitation or sickness. This book will show you all different ways how to be successful. Here's 3 steps to success that I just read, but there's so many things. This book is almost 300 pages long. Well, actually, the end of the reading is page 281, but then it's got, an index in here and stuff. And this will teach you all kinds of things. Okay, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Please get this book. It will benefit you, and then you can start teaching others and telling others of this awesome book that you got. You can change other people's lives, and you can change your own. Change your thoughts, change your life. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.